Hold your coffee before I trip it over.
Okay.
So both cameras are
They're rolling.
ready.
Hey guys. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
So I want you to meet my business and my personal coach, Mark Duman.
I know I don't look like a business coach right now, but we're chilling, and who said that business coaches needed to wear a tie, right? So even though I have an MBA, I want to prove to you guys that you can be intelligent and cozy.
Absolutely, and it's also a weekend, so we're all in weekend. We're both in weekend mode, and so we're here because I want to take you a little bit back to how Mark and I know each other. Mark, I used to be Mark's dog walker.
She was. That's how I met Davina, because of Mookie, my little dog, and we truly had an amazing connection when we met, right?
Yeah. I asked him for a date. He said no.
I gotta be clear, right? Smart, objective, specific. To me, it was no, but then it opened up.
Yeah, it
to...
was never about. It's the rules. So the rules are never to mix business and
Absolutely.
and the personal life. It doesn't work. But coming forward, so we're here 4 years later, and Mark's been one of the reasons that Sexy Brilliant, which is my life purpose, I found my life purpose, and my life purpose found me. So very important that we're all. It's everything that happens to us in life. There's a reason for it.
And you talk about purpose. I know there's a lot of books, like Simon Sinek talks about a lot about finding your why, but it's so important. I meet so many clients who actually say to me, what the hell? Like, we're working so much, we're paying taxes, we're in traffic all day long, and is this what life is about? And it doesn't make sense, right? So until you find that purpose, life seems so hard, and finding your purpose makes it so much more worthwhile in the morning. That's how you light up. Yeah, absolutely.
And actually, somebody asked me the other day, "What do you do for work? What are you doing?" I'm like, "Sexy Brilliant is my life purpose," and so I'm living it 100% of the time. And Mark, I want you to share how you found your life purpose, because I know the story, but I want Mark for you to share your. How you founded Asana Coaching very quickly, because Mark actually had a drug overdose. I want you to talk a little bit about that, Mark.
Well, I had one of the lives where people envied me a lot, but I would cry every night. My mom tried to kill my father, and from there on, I was craving for love. So I was a model. I worked for PR for the Montreal Casino, then went to live in New York, and one day on Broadway, actually almost died, and I was overdosing, and I had a choice to make, either to live and connect or die and stop this suffering. And I chose to live for one reason only, and it was to honor my mom, who had passed away. And I said, if she lost so many years in this mental institute, I need at least to honor her life. And I started this quest on, why are we all so messed up? Why is it so hard? I had the success, I had the glamour, I had everything, but it was the void. And then I started doing neurolinguistic programming, finished my MBA, did hypnosis, and about 8 years ago I opened Asana Coaching. And Asana means foundation. And too often we don't have the foundations. Our parents were not there, or we were rejected, or whatever happened. But until our asanas are strong, we are not unshakable. We become shakeable by circumstances, by judgment, by people.
Yes. And as somebody who struggled with mental illness, including suicidal thoughts, I have to say this, that for me, one of the first things to do was to realize that these thoughts and these emotions that happen are external. But inside, in my core, I have to make myself so full and so complete that I become unshakable from the outside.
And I love what you're saying. One day, I love what Oprah said, because she was she was making so much money and so much success, and she said, I'm scared that people will think I'm full of myself. And actually, sometimes people say that about me. You look full of yourself. But then she said something very important. She said, I used to feel empty, and now I am not only full, I'm overflowing of love for myself. So being full of yourself, loving yourself, not being in the void, but feeling full should be the first objective in your life, because until the void is there, you will try to compensate. That's where addictions comes. That's where everybody's on Tinder, everybody's shopping, everybody's doing so many unhealthy things, drinking it up, because we don't want to face that void. But once you face it, once you accept it, you can go so much beyond and be like you. Find your purpose and help others become sexy brilliant. That was your purpose. My purpose is to truly help people find their and touch their full potential. Because another thing, I don't know if you want to talk about that, but there's this comfort zone where I see people get comfortable being unhappy.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
And you were there, Mark. So in 2018 June, I struggled with yet another depression.
Yeah, let's call it what it is.
Depression,
right?
mental health breakdown, whatever it is. I had a business failure, and then my foster mom passed away. So it was a very emotional time in my life, and I was not able to manage my emotions, and that's why the mental breakdowns happen, right?
Yeah.
Of course, there are the medical reasons, and I'm not doubting that. But through my struggle, and by the way, even when I was depressed, I was struggling, I came to coaching, I showed up, and that is success. And that is how I was able to get through my pain and heal myself better. I also had my therapist, two therapists, overachievers, right?
You're good, like you're good.
Well, I mean...
But you said something important, you showed up.
Yes.
And whenever we meet, we always use that. I want to create a song about that because I feel it's so, show up. I mean, when you show up for yourself, life will show up for you,
yes,
right?
Yes, yeah. That's our song. Nobody trademark it.
No, we're doing it.
But also one day while I dropped my I did the school drop off. I took the dogs for a walk. This is when I was struggling with depression, and in June 2018, and I came back home, and 8 o'clock in the morning, I went back to bed because I wanted to take care of my emotions. And around 11 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm hungry, I need to, eat. So from my bedroom, I'm walking to my kitchen, and I saw my music system. And I said to myself, oh, if I put on the music system, I bet my mood will change. But then there was a voice that came in my head that said, no, I don't want to feel better. I want to stay in this pity party.
Wow, eh?
Yes, and that was one of those epic life-changing moments where I started laughing at that hamster voice.
Yeah.
And that hamster voice...
Which is the ego, right? That hamster who doesn't exist, but who keeps talking to you and telling you so many bad things, but you were able to see it.
I was able to recognize it,
yeah.
and that's self-awareness, right? By the way, so self-awareness is one of the first crucial steps to success in life. And that hamster voice, and Mark and I named the voice. Her name is Claudia.
Mine is Jean-Guy. He's a French guy, Jean-Guy. Very bad in my life. I tell Jean-Guy to...
No.
Well, we're not going to say it's bad, but we need to actually dance with that voice because it's never going to go away. No. We're not in Tibet. We're not monks. We live in a society where ego will show up. But you want to listen to... a guy who says you're not good enough, or you want to listen to your intuition and your inner voice. Yes,
like my voice is like saying, you don't need to be happy, enjoy your pity party. So coming back to that story I started laughing.
But did you then listen to music?
I started laughing, which was another way of getting happiness, on also being able to recognize that voice, right? That's so powerful. But coming back to that Claudia and Jean-Guy, which, by the way, are alter egos, our egos, is we want to know ourselves and we want to befriend that ego. And the goal is to love that ego, so to nurture it, own it, recognize that ego.
Then when people say, why would you love it? Because you don't want to resist it. Resistance brings persistence. So being open and aware changes the whole thing. And by the way, when we talk about Claudia and we say we have alter egos, don't think we're cuckoo. It's actually a neuro-linguistic programming technique which calls dissociation. You want to dissociate yourself because Mark or Davina want to be happy, but there's a Claudia and Jean-Guy coming from our sabotage that tells us differently. So do we want to listen to that or our true self? And too often at home, you're not in your true self. You're wearing a mask. You're wearing so many protections because you don't want to be hurt again.
And I just want to take everybody back to, where do these masks come from? Why are we so not connected with our own self? And it's because we live in a society where we're told we are not enough.
Absolutely.
We are told that...
Performance all the time. You want to be the best? starts at school. You want A's. Already, if you got a B, a C, you're not good enough. And even when you got an A, you want to be the first one of the whole school and the valedictorian. It never ends. Physically now, with internet, we live it, right? We get so many hate mails as much as, thank you, people who like us. But so many people are in the judgment and influencers. You need to be perfect. There's this pressure, right?
There's this pressure. So it's very important that, so when things are going well and you keep getting the A's and the A pluses, you know, that's perfect. But what happens when you get a B? Are you going to go into a mental breakdown? Are you going to go into depression? Are you going to have end up killing yourself? Like a lot of us has happened. Very, very. So
then now we're talking about the roller coaster, the ups and downs of being in the sabotage, right? Because life, just like water, is a flow. We should just welcome it. Whatever grade, whatever amount of money you have in your account, whatever title you got, you're in the flow. Water doesn't question it. It keeps flowing. Whatever there's a rock, it keeps, and it turns, but we're not in our flow. Too often we're in our head. We're in the validation of our parents. We want to be validated by our peers, but yet we don't validate ourselves. And that day, if I would have been at your house, I would have played that tape and I would have played the song, "You Are So Beautiful to Me." But the power of music, in a moment, you can teach your brain that it's all going to be okay.
I did. But first I texted my therapist. I was like, Dr. Jenny. So, but that's a victory too, to be able to recognize it. And then I shared it with you as well. And now I'm sharing it here.
Yeah.
So first befriending, first knowing, then befriending, then loving and acceptance.
Absolutely.
The more we accept, the more we know, the more our self-love will grow.
And as a business coach, as a personal coach, this is one key element. If you want to apply it right now after this video, is if you can every day, whatever happens, be in acceptance of what is. Meaning that you might have 100,000 in debt right now, but until you accept it, you can't move forward. Doesn't mean you're okay with it, because our ego wants it our way. I want to be in love. I want to be rich. I want my Range Rover. I want to have the clients I need. Plus, I want peace of mind. I want my chakras to be open. I mean, whoa. Life knows stuff you don't know. So stop resisting life. Life is your ally. And right now, I accept my debts. I accept that my ex might have cheated on me.
I accept the death of my foster mom.
Yes.
Right? So it's acceptance, to be in the flow.
And once you accept it, anxiety comes down.
Yes.
You go in a peace and state where you open. And once you open, then you can start living the real life where opportunities are there all the time, but you can't see them if you're blocking it with your fear, your anxiety, and your wounds that are keeping you backwards, right?
Yeah, and that's intergenerational. We'll talk about that the next time. I want to, do us a favor. If you like this video, not if, I know you like this video. So again, words we use are powerful. Like this video, tell us, do you want to see Mark again? Because today I asked him to consider doing a podcast with me. So, so tell me, do you like this video? What do you like best about it? Is it Mark? Is it his pink shirt? Is it me in my orange dress? Or is it just the chemistry that we have? Because we are very, very fiery and dynamite and very similar in personalities. So,
and I truly feel that even in the business world and in my field with coaches, there lack
authenticity,
vulnerability, authenticity, and I think that this dialogue opens up space for just connecting.
Realness.
Connecting, yes.
Realness.
Because when we talk to each other as business people, whatever, there's no mask. We talk about our insecurities, we talk about our stresses, our money stresses, and it's part of us, it's part of life, and it's part of your life. So I think that if we can connect you guys and really just bring the dialogue to another level where we don't have answers, but we certainly going through life connected, and the more connected you are, well, the more answers show up. Because it's all about showing up.
It's all about showing up.
I love that. Show up.
Wow.
Anyway,
Thank
you know what? Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for helping me, even as a coach, because evolution is key, and I want to be a student of life just like you every single day, and I'm open to every single opportunity to grow, because growing is life.
You're gonna make me cry. It must be my flower.
But really,
Thanks,
really,
guys.
thank you guys for being there, and who knows, maybe a podcast is coming very soon.
Maybe, definitely. Say, let's cross our fingers. Tell me, definitely a podcast.
And tell us what you would like us to talk about.
Yes.
We can talk about success to Botox to Donald Trump. I mean, this is the world we live in, right?
Yes, so we want to keep it real, always authentic, always fun, always sexy, brilliant.
Absolutely. So thank you for being there. Thank you, Davina, for having me.
Thank you.
Take care.